it'll be enough damage to bring Raven down, and that's all of that net worth gone. But TNC, they're in the jungle with Cuckoo. He is here alone. He's getting more vision down. He's just trying to get anything he can done. He's got his phase boots now. Ramses was trying to chase after him, but he will only find the Mud Golem instead, and now the Shard Golems to follow up.
P just sitting together as 5 while TNC play the rest of the map, farming everything, pushing these lanes out. That's the beauty of vision, Mots. Helps you do that. You don't have vision, you're scared. You're gonna hug each other. Use the buddy system.
Yeah.
And when you see them, you can just split up and farm the entire map.
It's all about the buddy system right now. They do TP up Roger in the top lane, maybe trying to set up something on the Showercopter while they push mid. No one has the Exorcism backup, but here's Raven. And the creep army from Enchantress is also there to help out as well. Ramses now has a Yasha to work with along with the Armlet. They're going to pop the Exorcism, and I'm not sure you want to fight into this as TNC. You might just lose this tower.
Yeah, I think at this point, the tower's so low, just give it up. It's time to go farm.
Maybe they can make something happen now. The Exorcism will be down in a couple of moments, but
yep.
I think they're waiting for a smoke, potentially. Yeah, there they go. TNC, they've got the smoke. This is go time. Armel is down bottom. The APs are getting channeled. Pasha looking for a solo kill. The Veil will be dropped down. The Sancer is there. Armel getting low. He does get the call down off. I don't think they have the damage to get this kill. And Armel will escape. He doesn't have a TP, but now down mid, they found Rod, the rolling boulder, the timber chain there. Since our Conqueror can't find a stop, maybe now it can. He will. It will be a dead Roger. Raven picks up the kill, and Armel's still running, and Pasha was able to find him and track him down and get that kill.
Wow.
That is huge for Virtus Pro to find that pick off.
Shower has a lot of health, but I guess it just doesn't matter when he has no TP to escape. He gets stunned twice and dies. Very nice.
The TP, the lack thereof, rather, for Armel was the significant problem. He could have gotten out. Meanwhile, Raven getting chewed up by Ramses in the top lane. Raven needs to be a little careful. This Lifestealer starting to do some work, but they're surrounding him. There's the Vendetta and Tail. They've got the next assassin mana burn first, and they blow Ramses away. Now dead for 45. The rest of the heroes have TP'd top, but it looks like they're backing up, realizing, okay, maybe we can't fight this. There's the 3 Centaur Conqueror train for Cuckoo. Look at this, man. He's got the Enchantress Centaur Conqueror train at. He's just going to be able to try to find the triple stomp, but that's easier said than done, especially when he loses this 1 Centaur in 5 seconds.
He's got the whole family.
Yeah, seriously. They're twins.
Usually it's so difficult.
Oh, he misses the first. Pasha coming in. They've got the Spirit Type, and Cuckoo in trouble. And he's going to get glimpsed back. Poor Cuckoo. He has the Centaur Conqueror train, but it's just going to get cleared up. Same H gets ghosted, but he has the Spike Carapace up in time. Spirit Type is still going. They hit the Blink Burrow from Pasha. The Centaur Conqueror Stomp will not keep him alive. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade, as of course Ramses did die earlier, but Cuckoo getting rather aggressive, and he pays with his life for it.
Yep. Oh, man. These deaths just in the jungle for TNC really just once that sort of thing happens, they lose so much momentum. Right now, there's no longer that threat of the Nyx Assassin running around on the map. Excuse me. Usually it's pretty difficult to take down Mike's, but
well, they've got the silence and the stun now. They've got the Magnetize. They've got the Centaur Conqueror Stomp, and they've got Raven getting the kill. The TP coming in from Pasha. He needs to be careful. He's got the Blink Dagger. They drop the stone down, but they don't want to go any further under the Tier 1 tower.
That's back-to-back deaths for Ramses. You think life's are difficult to take down, but with the Earth Spirit Stones, with the Nyx Assassin Impale from the Invis, right? Not gonna be able to rage that.
It's almost one of those situations where you're like, maybe I should build Manta. Obviously, you don't want to do that, and you have an SNY on the Ramses Lifestealer coming soon, but
sometimes we do see that, especially against a lot of the Orchid buyers like Furion.
Yeah, but I don't think it's as big of a deal this game. It's just Earth Spirit. You just have to avoid Tims, essentially.
Yeah.
And the SNY will also make him tanky and more capable of surviving. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they found a burst from Pasha as he's getting chased down by Sam H. The Spike Carapace somehow doesn't actually tick onto Pasha, and he's able to blink away. That was a beautiful blink timing from him, and it might secure his retreat. They're chasing him down, but Pasha's already back to the Tier 2 tower. He's going for the TP, and Sam H, I think they don't have the vision to see him. They did. It was just a second too late, and he wasn't able to find the Impale.
Yep, Pasha just making space. And look at this, it's Roshan time. They've got the medallion with the level 2 Death Prophet ultimate.
I think you were mentioning earlier that you liked this build. It was you or Webus, I'm not sure who.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of this Solar Crystal on Death Prophet.
It's good for the early Roche taking,
yep.
And that's what we're seeing now. And TNC are coming in smoked up, though. They've got the call down, they've got the Black Cannon, they've got Tims with the Magnetize up at 12, but not quite yet. The Invest comes into the Hellbear. He's going to invest that works is low. The Bash comes in, now they've got the Epicenter. No one will grab the Aegis. This is trouble for TNC, but Ramses is trying to run and looking for Cuckoo. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Roger will buy back. Ramses gets ensnared. The Impale coming in the static from no one, though. This is Spirit Type of the Exorcist coming back into the perfect time, and now they've got the Bro Trick. They found Armel, and Raven might be next. The Ghost comes in. Roger with that buyback. They've got the silence. He's able to Timber Chain away. Ramses is looking for more. He's got the armlet toggle. The Chakram will come out. The Timber Chain, the Torrent misses, but Raven in trouble. As Pasha gets off the Burrow Strike, the Crept Storm, it's 4 dead. No one looking for more. They both find all 5. Pasha's out of mana, but I don't think they really need it. The X-Marks is going to bring him back in. The Torrent is there, and it's going to be a double kill for no one. Virtus Pro, not only do they take Roshan, but they get the best fight of the game so far, Brax.
That timing on when the spirits came back to Death Prophet was so good.
Yeah.
Happened to heal him all the way back up to full HP. All of a sudden, all this effort you put into taking away DP's age is just gone.
That was critical for Virtus Pro. What a well fought out fight. And we'll see it again here. I mean, they roll in. I thought they're going to go for it. They actually get the Infest off in time from Ramses. They blow up the Hellbear Smasher, who could have came in.
There's just
did
no
a thunderclap.
You know? They're
Yeah,
too far away. They can't actually walk into the pit because the exorcism's still going off. Earth Spirit's just unable to get in.
Look at that heal. That's unbelievable timing for no one.
Yep.
That's incredible.
And you know, as nice as it looked, it wasn't really a difference maker in the fight. Just a nice thing to save the Aegis, right?
Exactly, yeah. It would have been a nice little kill for TNC, but it wouldn't have given them anything other than the Aegis down.
Exactly.
But
we've reached a point with TNC's lineup where, yeah, Raven's pretty strong, pretty tanky, high level as well. But where's the follow-up damage, right? We've got the off-lane Nyx Assassin, who's entirely a utility hero with a stun and mana burn and scouting with the vision and everything.
Yeah.
Not the highest damage hero. Enchantress from a support position with this level of farm, not a whole lot of damage. Earth Spirit, same thing. And then Gyro typically does a lot of damage, but with this level of farm, it's just not there.
Meanwhile, both teams moving together. TNC smoked, looking for something, but it's going to be Virtus Pro that are moving in with the Exorcism in the mid lane, trying to take down the tier 2 tower. TNC doesn't look like they're going to find anything. They might come all the way around to the mid lane, but they're backing up. They might want to make the call to split push bottom. They're trying to decide what they want to do. They might just let this tower go. This tier 2 is pretty much already dead at this point. I think the glyph was already used. It was.
They might just want to sit around and fight once Exorcism runs out.
Here comes the wrap. Nyx Assassin's there. They've got the Centaur. Pasha has the Lifestealer inside of him. No one's there. Blink from Pasha. They find the Burrow Strike. They find the Infest out. Kuku's already dead. Chakram comes in. This looks to be a bad fight for Raven. And Virtus Pro is actually doing some serious work. Good impale on the 2, but now Raven is in trouble. Static Storm, Ghost Ship. He'll be dropped down. TNC have lost 2. They might lose the 3rd as damage gets silenced. The Burrow Strike is there. Virtus Pro playing as 5, another 3 kills along with the tier 2 tower and maybe more. Yes, they don't have Exorcism, but forcing out a Raven buyback could be game ending here for TNC if you're not careful.
That was also an Arcane or Death Prophet ultimate.
Heavy Center getting channeled. They've got the ward on Tim's Division. Plenty of damage. The Torrent follow from Roger. It's a 7k lead for Virtus Pro. And now the tier 3 under siege with no glyph available. All of a sudden, Brax, Virtus Pro are on the edge of taking this game, getting into the playoffs for the Bucharest Major.
I'm just not saying a lot. There's no way for them to take a fight on their terms. There's no way for them to set it
out, and that is going to be a dead Armel. Dead for 55. This is not looking to be the Gyrocopter Rapier game we are so used to seeing in this tournament. Kinetic Field onto Kuku. They want to bring him down, but more importantly, they want to bring the buildings down. Ramses is going to work with the SMY. The Impale and Mana Burn will come. The Burrow Strike follows. Pasha is there to start things off in the fight. The Crypt Swarm, they've got the X-Mark back. They got the Storm. That should be enough damage to secure the kill, and it will be. They get the melee racks, and Virtus Pro know that they don't want to take too much, so they will back themselves up to safety, and they will all TP home or to the jungle.
Very conservative, very well-structured and disciplined gameplay from VP. Not going for the melee racks after that, even though they had the Death Prophet ultimate. They know it's better just to reset, go back, get these lanes out. We've already built a big enough advantage. We can just play our game and we'll probably win. I mean, they have so much water.
You don't want to forget about the comeback that Optic had against Virtus Pro in the first day of action.
Yeah.
The difference there is that the Gyrocopter for Pycat in that game,
he was super fun.
He was jacked, and it wasn't a Timber Saw. It was a hero that could actually do physical damage once he got the Rapier. But there's just no way the Gyrocopter's getting a Rapier anytime soon. He needs a BKB first. Maybe he gets Rapier after that, but even if he gets it, it's not going to be enough damage, I think.
Yeah,
it just feels like they're so far down.
Even when he has BKB, if he gets Blink Sanking Stun from Fog and he's unable to get BKB off, it's just, he's going to die.
Yeah.
You know, it's the Lifestealer inside of him. It's just, he needs so many items to deal with VP's lineup. And I don't see a way for them to get there. Aegis is out, so that is one potential opening.
I mean, no one is building into an Aeon disc.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can kill them when that happens. They already have little damage, as we discussed earlier, but they're going to have even more to deal with now once that hand disc is up. They will get the courier with Sam H, which is a nice little pickup, some extra gold to go your way. It's now a 9k lead instead of a 10k lead, but you're losing all of your towers. There's a tier 2 top, but the tier 2 and the tier 1 bottom are going to die.
Yep, and TNC are going to be forced to take a fight on their high ground. They need to defend. There's no way they can afford to give this up and just try to keep cornering. Yeah, Ravens farmed. Armel needs a few more items so we can actually deal some damage, and I guess they have some basic items on their supports. We've got a force staff.
The center getting channeled to jump it, and there's the blink purgatory combination. He's Cuckoo explosion, magic damage, static storm. They will have the ghost of the X marks coming back, which means Raven's in trouble. He can't really afford to die. He's getting low. The Ulsa don't keep him up for now. The Spirit Side is still going with the Exorcism. There's a great for Pasha, and he's dead, but only for 16, as I believe he has the Bloodstone to work with. So it's not that bad, but they've already lost so much in this engagement. Sam H will get silenced up and chewed down by Ramses, who open wounds and steals all the life away from him. It's an 11k lead for Virtus Pro. They want to continue on. They want to pressure the tier 3 tower. It is backdoor protected, though. Good news for TNC, and no one getting a little bit low, but they cannot chase him down as Virtus Pro play together on the opposite high ground.
Yeah, Exorcism's out, and that's that.
They just get so much more, though. Virtus Pro are...
Yeah, they do. That
Every fight, they get more out of it.
A buyback on the Enchantress as well. A ton of Bloodstone charges being cleared out of Timbersaw's inventory. I mean, just look at the fights, right? What actually can they do to make something happen in these team fights? It doesn't feel like there's anything.
Not really much, if anything at all, yeah.
Virtus Pro walk up with Death Prophet. If any hero comes too close, then there's just the epicenter potential. Saw the solo kill. And then Lifesteal walks up and attacks the base too. There's just not a whole lot of response.
It all comes down to this try line, I feel like, for TNC at the beginning of the game. They didn't get too much accomplished.
Yep.
Raven had a very good lane, but he is not able to carry this game on the Timbersaw, at least not yet. They've got to get more. This BKB for Armel, like you mentioned, it might not even do that much, but at least he will have it here in the near future, as Virtus Pro's Pasha is going to deny him that with a nullifier coming out, but it'll take a while for him to get there at the very least.
Okay. Pretty good nullifier carrier. Blink stun into the nullifier, and a good way to apply it, especially with the Lifesteal on.
Yeah, it's gonna...
Usually we see it on Lifesteal, but Pasha's so farmed on a sync that they can afford to start working on it.
They'll get there eventually if the game goes long enough. And I think it's a good item choice because it just feels like the game winner.
Yeah.
You know, the game-winning item. They don't need it necessarily this game, but it's the item that will close out the game for them if it gets to that late game situation again for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, it's just such a high impact item, right?
There's one tier 2 tower left in the top lane, and it is low. And with a couple of auto attacks, no one will finish it off. The Radiant Courier will respawn. The Gyrocopter has picked up his BKB, and if they want to fight, they're going to have to do it at their high ground. TNC are grouped up together in the enemy jungle, trying to keep the waves pushed in, so that forces Solo back. And maybe they can find Pachu. Actually, it's the Epicenter one. They have a Radiant Ward. They've got the Burrow Strike, and they blow up the next assassin. And I mean blow up.
Oh yeah, big time blow up.
Washed. And the Aeon just now done for no one. They're looking for more. They thought there were heroes TPing in the jungle, but they've already backed up the TNC back to their base or on the opposite side of the river.
Yep, now it's just a matter of VP getting their lanes out in a way that TNC can't just avoid them. They've taken all the outer towers, picked up all that extra free gold. No one's about to complete his item. Yep, there it is.
They don't know that, obviously, but...
Yeah, they definitely could.
And I'm not sure if TNC can afford giving up Asian cheese. Not that I don't think they can do anything about it.
Yeah, TNC are already struggling to take fights inside their base. Outside of the base, where VP can ward up and take control over that area, it's just going to be even harder for them to take that fight. So, just not worth it. They have to sit in base and attempt to fight into the Aegis and cheese.
I mean, Raven's going to have one heck of a fight in order to be able to win one, or even get something going mildly in TNC's favor.
They know.
They have the Centaur Conqueror trying to scout things out, and no one will take it down with the Solar Crest and one more auto attack. Ooh, actually, it's close. 18 HP. Not that it really matters. The Exorcism will be popped. It is only level 2 Exorcism, as it's only level 17. But again, I don't really think TNC can get there. There's just no way. It's already getting low on Roshan.
Yeah, it's dying so fast. It doesn't even matter.
So Virtus Pro will more than likely wait for the next Exorcism cooldown. They'll keep the waves pushed out. And it's checklist Dota at this point for Virtus Pro.
That's right. Patience is the name of the game. Do we have our buttons? No? Alright, we're not going there.
TNC with an aggressive smoke maneuver.
Yep,
Maybe they can get something out of it. Ramses is not really the target they
such a hard hero to go for, right?
He has Aegis, so...
Yep. If they go for him and VP's around...
Roger now spots Cuckoo. They get off the impale, though. The Chalky will come through, but he's trying to tank. The race gets off the top. There's the open moves. And the ghost ship say goodbye to Cuckoo. The epicenter getting channeled. The Veil drops down now. That'll be a double kill. Damage will fall. Again, the bug getting splashed once more. Armel pops BKB to no avail. The US up there fast onto Raven. The static from Ghost, but he's out of it, actually. He's moving himself up. He's out of the kinetic field, at least for the moment. The Burrow Strike is there. The Torrent. And Ramses' auto attack damage to the Spirit Siphon is more than enough to get the kill. He's dead for 38. He has no buyback, and Virtus Pro will march straight down mid and head to top right after.
Yep, at least TNC attempted to make a play before the Exorcism came up. They knew it was their best shot. We need to make something happen. Ultimate, but they're just way too far behind to even put up a competitive fight.
It's too big a disadvantage, and it'll only get harder now that the Sand King has picked up the Nullifier. The Starcopter's BKB is on cooldown anyway for another 20 seconds. They don't even really need to use it on him if they want to. If Cuckoo even walks out, he might just die to Ramses with one auto attack.
Yeah.
It's actually the most frightening thing in the world.
You know, it's one of those situations, Ma, where, yeah, it's probably a bad fight, but if we don't take it now, it's going to be even worse in a minute and a half when Exorcism comes up, right?
Exactly. And Exorcism will be in now 25 seconds, so he also has cheese to work with. They'll take the shrines. And it was, I think a lot of people, especially Virtus Pro fans, were concerned. They go down 0-1 to Optic. It's a very close game, but Virtus Pro have looked amazing since then. They've won every one of their games. They're about to win this one. They're up 20K, and short of a monumental collapse or a gigantic comeback for TNC, all they really need to do is just be patient and get the rest of the buildings taken care of for Virtus Pro.
Yep. Go down the checklist.
There's a good work to spot out no one, but he seems to be aware of something. They've got Solo behind him. Armel, Solo, that is a dead disruptor. A nice pick. The silence comes out too little too late. That might slow things down for Virtus Pro, so some extra time for TNC to get maybe a fight set up as they're looking for Ramses and Pasha, who is invisible. Blink Burrow on to see the Nullifier about to come out there. Armel just has to run. He can't fight without his BKB, and the rest of his team will do the same. The root onto Tim's from the Ancient Prowler Shaman, but he will be able to roll away with the Rolling Boulder. On the other side of the fight, they've got Nix's status locked down. The Ghost Ship came in. Nullifier is there. That is a dead hero.
That pesky Ancient Prowler Shaman.
Yeah, that Prowler Shaman almost brought him down.
I feel like you just like to say Ancient Prowler Shaman.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. People don't know what it's called. It's been in the game for a bit, but they don't know what it's called.
It's good to know what it's called.
Yeah.
I can appreciate it.
Armel X marks about to be torrented, and BKB is up. He will use it. The epicenter comes down in time, but not before Armel is able to get the BKB off. So he'll try to fight with call down. No one will get the Aeon Disc pop. There's the silence. Good stun on the third. The Magnetized big tail. As the 8 is gone, the Burrow Strike there. They've lost no one. This is so far a good fight, and now they're going to find Pasha, who's dead for 73 as well. Ramses is going to work on the buildings. He knows he just needs to get this racked. And at the very least, that'll give them some more to work with. He will back himself up. They have the Boulder Smash coming in. Raven is there. He's got a triple kill. He's about to get an Ultra. They won't give it to him. Instead, they will give it to Sam H, who gets the Wicked 6-3. But the damage has been done. They've lost the mid racks. They've lost the melee racks in the top lane. They only really have 2 buildings left before the tier 4s. So.
Good God. That Earth Spirit stuff was so good.
Yeah, that was nice.
Clipped 3 of them, especially after the Aeon Disc. You know,
well, check it out. I mean,
here we go.
This is the best you could get.
It looked really awkward with that BKB coming out, right? But then TNC managed to bait VP in. Look at this big Earth Spirit stuff.
It was a great silence. Ramses was ready to go, but he actually got low from the flat cannon call down combination. And then at that point, no one, of course, just gets dropped. Ramses' Aegis is gone. He can only really work on the racks. He did get the melee racks. If they only lose a tier 3 for that, that's a lot better for TNC. At the end of the day, though, it was still like a 6,000 network swing, I think, when it was all said and done.
Exactly. With that extra gold, they can make these team fights a bit closer. It is VP focusing down the buildings, but that team fight was very well executed from TNC. They managed to get the triple stun with the Boulder Smash, and then the triple impale on top of it afterwards.
Pasha's going to walk in, so TNC, they have spotted him out with an Observer Ward. He is dead for 72. He has no buyback. The gem is now on the side of TNC. The Black Cannon will clear out the creep wave. They want the tier 2 tower. And so now you're fighting 4 versus 5 for another 60 seconds, excuse me.
Look what's in our helicopter man's inventory.
I think I have an understanding. I think I know without having to click it, but we'll click it just in case and show you that it is in fact the Divine Rapier, which he's about 1,000 gold away from.
Yeah, if they can get that Rapier, that's step one to the comeback, right?
I don't know. I thought this game was just done. They're down to a full set of racks and a full set and a half of racks, in fact.
They are down a shit ton. It's only 9,000 gold, but their base is gone.
Yeah, the gold is not as much as it was yesterday with BTK Thunder versus TNC. The patch of the comeback, the patch of the Gyrocopter Rapier, potentially, maybe again. Maybe he needs 2, maybe he needs 3 like Freeze did yesterday. The question is, will he get to that point? And the answer is probably not. But if he gets to the Rapier, who knows what can happen. Damage will come out. He has an SMY to work with, so he already has at least okay damage.
Yep. You know, VP have some good tools at dealing with the Rapier.
He has the Rapier. He has the Rapier now. Yeah, he wanted buyback. Okay, this is where the Nullifier comes into play that we were talking about, though.
Yep. Sand King with the Nullifier and the Infest from Ramsey's Lifestealer. If that happens, he's going to melt. There's no defensive abilities or capabilities. There's a Force Staff, but I don't think it's going to be enough to actually save Gyrocopter. Yeah, so he's got to be extremely careful and far back in these fights before he comes into it.
Even with BKB, Gyrocopter may have flat cannon, but he is also a glass cannon.
Yes,
especially
no
at
satanic.
the early stages of the game.
That's usually the big thing, right? The satanic, once Gyrocopter has those rapiers. He gets gone on, lives with the sliver of health, manages to turn it. So he's got a little ways to go. Building into that Lincoln Sphere will help him deal with the Sand King initiation.
Well, this might be it for TNC. It's do or die now, as it looks like Virtus Pro are grouping together in the top lane. Again, that Nullifier is ready for Pasha. They have the Infest Bomb into the Sand King. Blink Force, which travels well, makes him pretty speedy for Pasha. That's the initiation they're looking for. Armel's job is to not get nullified, essentially, and that is easier said than done.
Look at how far back he knows that it's looking.
Blink Burrow, they found him, but Armel pops the BKB in time. The Black Cannon going. They've already dropped Cuckoo. I don't think they're really that worried. No one did use his A on this. They're trying to find more. The Exorcism will go. No one pops his own BKB, but Armel's BKB is done, and now you need to consider backing. Trying to bait up the Exorcism. If you lose the range racks top, it's not that big of a deal, but losing Mega's bottom might be the significant portion.
Yes, they might want to just forfeit this fight and go back down to bottom lane to defend that, so they can try to play again with Gyro has his BKB up. If they die here, this could be game.
Sam H. Armel's trying to do some work here. The rolling boulder in from Tim's. There's 2 dead. Sam H with no buyback. The Ghost Ship coming through as well. Actually misses. The Gems on the deck. Virtus Pro should back up together as a team and stay safe, and I think they'll do just that for now. Ramsey's actually going back in with no one. No one will heal up momentarily as the Ghost comes back to him.
Yeah.
Armel, the Bird Strike coming through. They found Raven. This could be a big kill, the Nullifier, but he's able to get the Timber Chain away. They call down. They've got the static from the X-Mark back, and Raven is dead. No buyback. He's down for 42. It's not that long of a time, but when you're losing your base, feels like ages. They have lost Megas at this point, and now they're going to find Cuckoo yet again. Virtus Pro, they've taken 3. Armel, I don't care if he's got the Gyrocopter Rapier. I don't think it's going to be enough. He gets nullified. He's getting run at by Ramses. It's a double kill, and it's all about to be 5 dead, and TNC will GG. They've lost 2 in a row, and Virtus Pro make their way into the playoffs, Brax.
Even with the Rapier, still can't fight Neil's other items that we've seen in the other previous games, like the Satanic, Butterfly, even Iascati and some of them. Just wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough damage.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just him, maybe Raven, but they found a way to deal with him. And they're able to lock him down with the Static Storm. The Ulster's not able to keep him alive.
Yep. They need a lot of scaling damage to deal with